Welcome back to another edition of Mad River Outdoors. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode. Today's project is we're going to try to get some IP cameras installed on the property to help with security. So on top of just having the game cam, we'll have a few IP cameras that are recording 24/7. We're going to be using an Amcrest NVR with some FOSCam and other various models of cameras. So go ahead, stay tuned for that. You can watch how I get that installed, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. It's an easy, cheap solution that can work for anybody. It does not require any monthly activation fees or anything. It's a one-time cost. It's a really great deal. Thanks for joining us. Hit that button. Thanks. Like I said, we're gonna try to drill a hole right here and right here. So let's try the 1/2 inch. That's just barely gonna cut it. Let's give it a shot. All right, now that we verified where we're actually gonna drill is okay, let's go ahead and pick our spot. Let's go here. Okay, we got one hole there. One hole there. Oh yeah, that's not gonna fit. We're gonna have to drill a bigger hole. All right, now that we got one hole drilled, we know that we got to get this cable through there. So we're actually going to use a 7/8 bit. Now I think the challenge I'm going to have is because I already drilled one hole. Yeah. Messy. Check it. Perfect. All right, let's head outside and get our wires fed through. Ladder's backwards. Let's try. Fucking firework. One more. All right. All right. Hang on. Okay. I made these custom mounts. It's just a round outdoor box that I use as a template. So that I can put the camera on and not have to worry about any of that. Okay. Oh, it's cold.
No, pull it through. We're gonna pull it through first. Okay.
Alright, so this is where we're going to have our camera set up. It's one of the few spots that it's close to an outlet because we only got a few outlets that are available right now. So in case you don't know, you use a PoE switch. Basically power over Ethernet. This runs power to the cameras that we're going to use so that we don't have to have a separate outlet running it. It's one wire right to the camera. There's no muss, no fuss. The challenge is obviously is you always got to run your wire wherever it is you're trying to get it to. This is an Amcrest NVR NV4108E model. Again, I have a 4 terabyte hard drive in here. So it's set to record 24/7, 365 days a year. And when it gets full, it'll just continue to overwrite itself. So theoretically, you should have at least 30 to 60 days worth of saved video, depending on how many cameras you have and the megapixel of the cameras. So this wire is what's going to connect our cameras to our NVR. So we're going to plug this into the non-PoE port of the camera. So the non-PoE plug gets plugged into the Ethernet port on our NVR if you were following this video to set up your own system. I have not plugged the NVR in yet. I went on Amazon and I bought some 50 and 75 foot slimline Ethernet cables. They're Cat 6, so they'll run 10 gigs, but they're super skinny wires, so it makes it super easy to get through a hole. So really, the biggest challenge you're gonna have is the jack on the outside of the cable. Other than that, They're about I'm going to say an ink insert into a pen thick, which is super thin compared to the old Cat 5 and Cat 6 cables, if you're familiar with those. Those were about the thickness of a pencil. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the 2 wires for my camera. Okay, we got power to our TV, our switch is on, and our NVR should be booting. After you plug it in. So now that we've got the cameras mounted and everything's configured, I configured all these cameras at home, so when I came up here I was able to just plug and play everything. But effectively, it's you're just going to get into the interface, you're going to set the username and password, and the camera system should automatically find the cameras. Again, this is one of the easiest systems I've ever set up. So I'm in it for $139 for the NVR, maybe $100 for the hard drive. And then depending on what kind of deals you can get with the cameras, you could spend $50 to $100 to $150 depending on what kind of camera system or setup you're looking to do. Alright, well, we were finally able to get our cameras connected. So that works out really well. At least it's secured and everything's being recorded. So at this point, we're just going to go through and drain some gas on the machines and be pretty much an easy day. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click that like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode.